In a previous video on this channel, I talked to you about some reasons why you might not want to live in Japan. I ended up talking a lot about more practical day-to-day things like how difficult it is to move to a new country, work there, and other difficulties. However, no. Delve into the cultural aspects of what the Japanese people are really like. You might find it a little difficult to adapt. So in this video, I will tell you some things about the Japanese that no one tells you, and that may seem very strange to you when you get to Japan. These cultural aspects and this way of being Japanese developed after hundreds of years and shaped Japan as it is today. In this video you go to learn more about this and understand what the Japanese are really like in a way that no one tells you. I don't want you to hate Japan with this video or give up on the country saying that it is a horrible place, but here on this channel we show you the good side and the bad side of things. I want you to know both sides and come to Japan aware of everything you can find in the land of the rising sun. Subscribe to the channel and let's go to the video. Way to treat people while living in Japan is not for everyone, but with a little patience and learning little by little about the Japanese. Observing them on a daily basis, you will realize that they have different ways of treating different people. When I say different, I mean from the language they use, the way of speaking, the personality they show. Until they completely change who they are, there are several philosophies and traditions oriented to that on how you should behave and treat each type of person. One of these ideas is the tateme that generally goes along with another word, Eljon. I will explain it to you so that it is easier to understand. The Japanese like to cause good and maintain a good coexistence with people, and so that this happens many times. People have a kind of public face and a private face. That is, they speak, act, or think in one way in public, but in private, when they are alone at home or with people closest to them, they act in a very different way. This is called hon and tateme. This is the first point of culture that I want you to understand, and with which perhaps many of you will have some difficulty dealing with in Japan, because people are not always really sincere. Sometimes they treat you well, they are super polite, they never say no to you, they are never rude to you, not because they are really going to do that or want to do it, but simply out of pure education and tradition. Many people even believe that the Japanese are a bit fake because of this, since tateme would basically be having a social face and treating people differently. Instead of being too sincere with them, being rude to those who you don't like them, etc., you keep your feelings to yourself and show a social smile, trying to be super nice because that's how they should be. Things basically, you pretend to be someone you are not. You act in a way that makes the other feel better, even if the other doesn't deserve it, even if you don't want to. It is your social duty. I particularly don't think this concept of tateme is so incorrect, because most people already do it every day. We all do it. Everyone has their social faces. He has a version of himself for every type of person he hangs out with. Talk to people who are not like that. They are the same with everyone. They generally turn out to be quite unbearable. You don't need to be sincere at all times, but in the case of tateme, this is something that really has a lot of weight for the Japanese. Jon is your true feelings. Your true desires are your thoughts when no one is watching, that moment when you can be totally sincere. So they are very opposite ideas. The issue is how you are in front of your boss, your closest friends, your coworkers. You end up limiting some things because of the tradition or even your morals, and this is not something exclusive to Japan. The negative side of these concepts is that it is difficult to understand the people's true intentions. You are trying to guess all the time whether someone is being sincere or not, which can generate many misunderstandings and quite frustrating situations, since people do not always express what they really think or feel. For many,